Dear children, welcome back to the online session of Sri Gokulam Public School. Last class we discussed about average costs and marginal costs. Today, let's study more about average and marginal costs of production. Average cost, as you know, is the cost per unit of output produced. Average cost is equal to average fixed cost plus average variable cost. Okay? Average fixed cost is equal to total fixed cost divided by total output produced. Average variable cost is equal to total variable cost divided by total output produced. Okay? Or you can write average cost as average cost is equal to total cost divided by total output produced. Okay? So, average cost means the cost per unit of output produced. Average cost or average total cost is equal to average fixed cost plus average variable cost. Average fixed cost is equal to total fixed cost divided by total output produced. Q stands for output produced. AVC is equal to TVC by output. Okay? Q means output produced, quantity of output produced. Average cost is equal to TC by Q means total cost divided by total output produced. Okay? Now marginal cost. What do you mean by marginal cost? As you know, marginal means incremental or additional. Marginal cost means addition made to total cost as a result of the production of an extra unit. Okay? Or marginal cost is equal to delta TC divided by delta Q. Delta stands for a small change. So marginal cost is equal to change in total cost divided by change in the output produced. Okay? Marginal cost is the addition made to total cost as a result of the production of an extra unit. Okay? Or in other words, marginal cost is equal to change in total cost divided by change in the output produced. Delta TC stands for a small change. Change in total cost divided by the change in the output produced. Okay? Now, let us see the shape of the various cost curves. Shape of the various cost curves. As you know, we already studied last class our AFC curve. AFC is equal to TFC by output. As you know, OX axis we measure output, OY axis we measure AFC. What is the shape of an AFC curve? An AFC curve is a rectangular hyperbola, isn't it? Rectangular hyperbola. What do you mean by that? It's a curve, you know, extending towards x-axis and y-axis in a uniform manner without touching the axis. Okay? So our AFC curve is like this. AFC is equal to TFC by output. TFC held constant. When the output is more, you know, AFC will be less. So that is why the curve is like this, known as rectangular hyperbola in geometry. Okay? Now, let us see the shape of our AVC curve. Our AVC curve, OX axis we measure quantity, OY axis we measure AVC. Listen, if you plot output and AFC from a cost schedule, if you plot output and AFC, you will get AFC curve. AFC is equal to TFC by output. Similarly, AVC is equal to TVC by output. Okay, if you plot output and AVC, you will get our AVC curve. AVC curve, you know, the shape is a U-shaped curve. Average variable cost curve will be a U-shaped curve. What's the meaning of a U-shaped curve? If you plot output and AVC, you will get the AVC curve, right? U-shaped means initially it is falling, reaching a minimum, after that it is rising. That's the meaning. Initially, average variable cost is falling, reaching a minimum, right, at this level of output, reaching a minimum, after that it is rising. Okay, so our AFC curve is rectangular hyperbola, our AVC curve is U-shaped curve. AFC is equal to TFC by output, AVC is equal to TVC by output. Now, let us see the shape of our AC curve. Our AC curve. What do you mean by AC? AC is equal to TC by output, right? Average cost is equal to total cost divided by total output produced, or it is the cost per unit of output produced. As you know, our AC curve also OX axis output, OY axis average cost. Okay, so our average cost curve also is a U-shaped curve, just like our AVC curve, right? Our AC curve is also a U-shaped curve. Same meaning. Initially it is falling, reaching a minimum, you know, after that it is rising. Okay, now let us see the shape of our MC curve. As you know, if you plot output and MC, you will get our MC curve. Similarly, our MC curve is also a U-shaped curve. When we draw MC curve, we focus more on this rising portion of the MC curve. Initially it is falling, reaching a minimum, after that our MC curve is rising. So remember that AVC, AC and MC curves are U-shaped curves. Okay, our AVC, AC and MC curves are U-shaped curves. If you plot output and AC, you will get the AC curve from a cost schedule, right? If you plot output and MC, you will get the MC curve. Clear? Now, let us pass on to a very important diagram, that is, how can we draw AC and MC curves together? Isn't it? How can we draw AC and MC curves together? That is very important, the relationship between AC and MC. As you know, OX axis we measure output, OY axis we measure AC and MC. First we draw our MC curve, U-shaped curve, initially falling, reaching a minimum, after that MC curve is rising. The rising portion of the curve, you know, we focus more, our MC curve. Now, how can we draw together AC and MC? Our AC curve is also a U-shaped curve. When we draw it together, AC and MC, when we draw it together, AC curve and MC curve, how can you draw? Both curves are U-shaped curve. Okay? You should draw like this. Focus the rising portion of the MC curve. The AC curve also is a U-shaped curve. AC should cut MC at AC's minimum point. It is very important. AC curve falling, reaching a minimum, after that it is rising. Clear? When you draw together MC and AC, ensure that our AC curve, you know, cuts the MC curve at AC's minimum point, right? After that, AC should rise. Okay, so our MC curve, U-shaped curve, our AC curve, U-shaped curve. Ensure that when we draw together MC and AC, our AC curve should cut our MC curve at AC's minimum point. Okay, here MC is crucial, right? MC curve is very crucial. MC decides the AC. You see, when our MC curve lies below our AC curve, when our MC curve lies below the AC curve is falling. When our MC curve lies above the AC curve is rising. At this point, at this point E, you can see AC is equal to MC. When the two curves are cutting each other at a point, that point is known as the intersection point. The two variables are exactly equal. When the MC curve cuts the AC curve at point E, AC is equal to MC. At this point, you can write, what's the implication? AC is equal to MC. So, when we draw together AC and MC, how can we draw? AC should cut MC at AC's minimum point. And see that here MC decides the AC. When MC lies below AC, AC is falling. When MC lies above the AC, AC is rising. At this point, when MC cuts AC, at point E, AC is equal to MC. Clear? Suppose you draw ABC curve. Here, the same procedure. ABC curve also is a U-shaped curve. But ABC curve is less than AC curve, right? Where you will draw? ABC curve should lie. We should draw ABC curve below the AC curve. The procedure will be the same, right? The ABC curve also should cut the MC curve at ABC's minimum point. Like that we should draw. Okay? So whether it is AC or ABC, when we draw with the MC, ensure that both AC and ABC curves cut the MC curve at their minimum points, right? Since ABC is less than AC, when we draw ABC here, we should draw ABC below AC, okay? And ensure that ABC also should cut MC at ABC's minimum point. Clear? Let us draw that also. Once again, for your better understanding, when we draw together, listen carefully, together AC, MC and ABC also we can draw together. Remember that our MC, okay, when we draw AC, should cut minimum point, after that AC is rising. ABC also is a U-shaped curve. ABC is less than AC. So when we draw ABC, like this, our ABC curve. Okay children, so this is very important. How can we draw MC, AC and ABC? Remember that when we draw AC, ABC and MC together, first of all AC curve, AC should cut MC at AC's minimum point. ABC should cut MC at ABC's minimum point. We draw ABC below AC because ABC is less than AC. So, when we draw it together, remember that both AC and ABC curves cut MC at their minimum points. Clear? I hope you follow. Thank you.